This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by Aero Plumbing. For all your household or business plumbing needs, call Aero Plumbing at 1-866-PLUMBER or schedule an appointment online at aeroplumbing.net.
Welcome back to the Alice Stewart Show. 7:34 in the spin room this morning, where we look at big issues making national headlines from someone on both sides of the aisle. Taylor Riddle, Democratic Party of Arkansas Executive Committee member and Democratic House Caucus Director, and Jim Reavis. He is the Republican Chairman Association former president. Jim and Taylor, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I appreciate you joining us. The Sunday morning shows yesterday, there were a couple big topics. Clearly, ISIS was one of the main focuses, and the recent resignation of Attorney General Eric Holder. He announced last week he is going to step down in his tenure as the first African-American Attorney General. And there's a lot of mixed feelings about his tenure and what his legacy will be. And they discussed this on Fox News Sunday. And some say there are going to be lingering issues of race in society, but not all lawmakers agree on the legacy of Holder, whether it will be positive or negative. On Fox News Sunday, Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming says he believes Holder's tenure was marred by partisan politics and numerous scandals.
He has been a political protector, a partisan protector of the president. We need an attorney general for the people, not a presidential protector and a puppet of the administration. And if they try to do this in the lame duck session, this will clearly poison the well and will define what we're going to see for the next 2 years, the final 2 years of the presidency of Barack Obama.
Jim, your thoughts?
Well, honestly, I couldn't agree more with the senator. I think the polling data on Holder is he has a 15% approval rating, and I think he's been fairly divisive. I was reading a couple articles, even on the liberal side, that they have not been very happy with him on several of his decisions, as well as more on the conservative side. And speaking as a minority, I think that it's not necessarily hasn't gone after supporting all the minorities as maybe one or two specific groups. But I also agree with the senator that I really think that he needs to wait until after the new Senate has arrived so that he can actually show an act of good faith to the new Senate, new leader, the majority leader.
Taylor?
You know, I think that obviously you're going to hear a lot of spin on the conservative side to go after him for fulfilling what he felt his obligations were to promote the agenda of the administration. But you know, looking at it historically, you're going to see you look at the attorney generals like Alberto Gonzalez during his tenure. A lot of people on the left had criticized him for being an activist AG for the administration of Bush. In regards to some of the positive things that he's done, you know, I'm definitely in support of his work to review abuses by local police departments. I believe that he opened up 20 different investigations of abuse by local police agencies, and not to mention the fact that he worked diligently to reform some of the drug abuse sentence regulations in the federal justice system that we've all agreed needed to be looked at and I guess amended and changed to where it didn't just promote prison overcrowding for drug abuse. The one thing that I will criticize the AG over is his lack of action to do anything to reform the wiretapping policies that were started by the Bush administration that President Obama had committed to reforming, and they never did. And that's one thing that I will criticize him for. But beyond that, I mean, I think that he fulfilled his obligation to the administration and did what he had intended to do when he took the oath.
And there's been a lot of talk about how and when he will be replaced and whether or not there should be confirmation hearings during the lame duck session of Congress, basically after the election. And there's been a lot of partisan divide on when that should take place, and whether Republican or Democrat. But independent Senator Angus King says that he would be in favor of confirmation hearings during that session and believes that there would be a lot of partisan rancor no matter when they do this?
The last time I looked, we're still at work and being paid until next January. We're still the Congress of the United States. And, let's see what the president does. He may not even put someone forward, or he may put someone forward that everyone, Republicans included, say is a good, solid candidate.
Taylor?
I agree. As long as they're still in office, there's work to be done. Now, whether or not Congress actually does anything, that's another story. And that's
yeah, true.
People in the past, it's the Congress of doing nothing, whether it be Democrats or Republicans at fault. They have failed to act on many different issues, so I highly doubt that before the end of this assembly that they'll get any work done or confirm anybody to precede the Attorney General.
Jim, your thoughts on the timing of naming a replacement?
Well, I really couldn't agree more. I more with Senator King. I really think that the Senate does need to get back to work. But before they tackle the Attorney General, I think that they need to start looking at the 352 bills sitting on Harry Reid's desk that have come up from the House that they have not moved 1 inch at all during the past year.
And
over half of them were voted in unanimously by the House, and 55 of them were sponsored by Democrats.
I don't see that happening, but that is certainly a good suggestion. We're going to take a break here and move on to the big issue facing our country, foreign policy and the crisis with ISIS. We'll take a break, and we'll come back in the spin room with Taylor Riddle and Jim Reavis talking about the president's comments last night on 60 Minutes, talking about what they knew and did not know about ISIS. That will be coming up after this break. This segment of the Alice Stewart Show brought to you by Arrow Plumbing. For all of your household or business plumbing needs, call Arrow Plumbing 1-866-PLUMBER or schedule an appointment online at arrowplumbing.net.